How do you make the most of your time as an athlete to make the improvements to get more playing time, to become a starter, what have you? There are certain things that every coach in America would love, and they do love from athletes. When you want to go from the guy that's on the sideline to being a starter, you got to be gritty, you got to have high IQ, and you got to put work in to get better and make yourself available to be one of those people that are on the field. Now, when it comes to being a high IQ player, of course we got to make smart plays, right? Let me slow down. We got to make smart plays, and we have to be situationally aware, knowing when and what to do and how to do it. When do we make this play? Why do we make this play? How do we make this play? And then understanding the scheme that your team is running. But the last part is putting in work in the off season. Athletes know that they need to put in work from season to season, from off season to off season. But a lot of times what you see is a waste of time, because athletes may take time to work on things that are not directly correlated to making them a better team player or helping their game per se in the scheme of what the team is running. There are things that you need to do that are outside of your character in order to make you a better player, i.e. if you're a defensive lineman or an offensive lineman, it's great to get blocking drills in and to do drills of that nature, but you also need to get work in as far as being more athletic to make yourself more available more games over the course of a season, but also be able to make more plays over the course of a season. It's great to know your 6-inch step. That's what you're gonna do most plays, or know your pass pro set. That's what you're gonna do most plays. But you also gotta do the things that's going to garner you more playing time. And so I have athletes, staying in the context of football, I have athletes that I work with that play in a wing tee, and they play Ironman football, so they play both sides of the ball for the majority of the game. And then I have athletes that play in the spread, and they play one side of the ball, and they need to be able to give quick burst outputs. And so as a trainer, I'm able to look at this whole picture and craft up a plan to put this athlete in the best position possible. But one thing that I like to do as a trainer that I think athletes, parents, and coaches have to do is work together. And so if you can see what that team runs schematically, and then you can look at what that athlete is able to do more times than not, and y'all all come together in the play and make a plan that's going to be great to improvement, then you're able to see those jumps and those gains and leaps from season to season. But if you're just going at it and just going in with no clue, or you feel like you should work on these things and maybe you're working on the wrong thing, well, you're just wasting your seasons and wasting your off season, because you're not necessarily improving. You're improving in your sense, but you're not improving in the sense of what can you contribute to the team, what can help you again garner more playing time or become a starter or take that next step and become a collegiate player. Let's think about it like this. I'm gonna give an extreme example. An offensive lineman shouldn't be running slant routes and go routes in the offseason. Just like a wide receiver shouldn't be working on 6-inch step the whole offseason. You have to work on those things that are going to make you better. But you don't want to over specialize in those things as well, because at high school level, offensive linemen and defensive linemen are kind of interchangeable. But you should be working on, how can I become the best athlete possible? How can I improve my athleticism as much as I can possible? Because the name of the game today is more speed-based athleticism and things like that over the power thing. There are a lot of weight room warriors that never see the field, they never touch the field because they're strong, but because you're just a weight room athlete, none of that translates to your drill work, none of that translates as far as speed, none of that translates to the game as far as what the game demands from you and what your coach may be demanding from you. It's the same thing as far as a receiver. Like, it's great to work on running multiple things or being a great athlete and being able to display those things. But if you run a scheme where you're doing stalk blocking 80-90% of the time, well, you want to have those other tools as far as wide receiver work goes for when you go to camp and things like that. And so that's what I mean by improving athleticism overall. And if you can do all those things and put all those things together in a all-season program, you're going to make those leaps and bounds from year to year to year, from season to season. And you're going to just become the best athlete you can. What we're trying to do, what you want to do is hit your athletic ceiling no matter what level you're on, because that's going to give you the best chance to be the best you and show up as the best you that you can.